Trying to get more light in here. Welcome. Peace and light. When you come in, please put your number 9s in the chat to let me know that you can hear me and see me well. Put a number 9 in the chat. I'm just enjoying my waffles while I wait on people to flow in. I won't wait too long as I plan on posting this. So leaving this up rather. So when you come in, put a number 9 in the chat and let me know that you hear me and see me well. And I'm just gonna enjoy my waffle. So for those who are in Tanzania or planning to come, there's a cafe called Central Park Cafe off of Obama Drive, and the food is so delicious and lovely. So if you're ever in Tanzania, you should check it out. So when you come in, put a number 9 in the chat to let me know if you can hear me and see me well. And I'm about to get started. Put a number 9 in the chat. I see some people flowing in. Let me know you can hear me and see me. Tosto amigo. Okay, you're new. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you're well. Thank you for the number 9. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have so many things that I need to be doing. Like, time is of the essence. You guys know that we are continuing our journey beyond Alkebulan for the moment, and we're really excited about it. And so I have a lot of packing to still do. It's like so amazing how many things I've accumulated after being um, specifically in Tanzania for almost 2 years. And it's been almost 2 years, yeah, that we've, been on the continent of Alkebulan. And I have so many things. And so I have taught myself on this spiritual journey that I've been on, not to hold on to material things. So all of the things that I have accumulated, most of them I'm going to just let go and give away. I don't even have time to sell anything. I really don't. So I'm going to go ahead and give the things that I have accumulated away and just leave it at that. So this is reflection time, you guys. For me, again, when you come in, put a number 9 in the chat, and make sure that you hit the like button when you come in. So this is reflection time. I have been in deep reflection for the past week about my time on the continent and what I have gotten out of being in Tanzania. And I am just so grateful because when we first set out on this journey, for those who are loyal subscribers, you know that I was just making a detour in Tanzania. I was making just a brief stop, rather, for business purpose. And so my intention was to just stop in Tanzania and then move on to the western part of the continent. And then this whole pandemic thing happened, and almost 2 years later, we were still in Tanzania. And I was so grateful to have been in this land that is now called Tanzania while Baba Magufuli was the leader. I mean, just the way that he held his people down, the way that he loved his people. And it was a safe haven. It really was a safe haven for us all who were transitioning from the US. So I'm just so very grateful just to be here and to witness such an amazing, powerful leader who truly, truly, truly cared for his people, who truly loved his people. And because of the love for this land and his people, he also created a safe haven for those of us from the diaspora. And for that, I am just immensely, immensely grateful. And so may his soul's journey continue to be beautiful and bright. So Tanzania has the continent as a whole, but since I've spent most of my time in Tanzania, of course, I've traveled to a few other lands, but just for short periods of time. Tanzania has given me a lot. I know, I'm well-rounded, in my observations, and well-rounded and balanced in my expression of my experiences here. But me being in Tanzania has truly helped me internally. It has helped me a great deal. It has given me the opportunity to really know myself, and how it's been able to do that. It's just giving me peace and time. Just being outside of that rat race that is in the US. And that's a part of the beast system. You really don't have time to think. you know, you don't have time to spend time with yourself. You don't have time to spend really with your family. You don't have time to think about some of your dreams and your goals. Um, you don't have the time because you're always going and going and going and going. And so being here in Tanzania, it has just provided me with such a level of peace and quiet, excuse me, and it's given me time, and I'm so grateful. Like, I am so grateful. I am grateful for all of the experiences that I have had in this land and these lands, whether they were adverse or not. I'm grateful for them all. They were all a part of my unique experience that I chose to have, that I needed to have. And I have learned a great deal from being in this land. And again, it has given me an opportunity to know myself a lot more than I had before I came here. There are days that I would just sit out and look at nature and just think, and just ponder and ask questions. And I've received answers, and so I would go to the ocean and just reflect there. It's, sometimes, some days if I just didn't feel like doing anything, except for meditating, I was able to do that surrounded by nature. And I mean, the landscape of Tanzania is absolutely breathtaking. It is absolutely breathtaking. And it has a little bit for everyone, depending upon what you like. So if you like, again, colder, cooler weather, they have the mountainside. If you like the tropical side, they have that too, in between. And so being in this land has truly helped to heal me, even with the not so good things that I have gone through. They've still helped me to grow, and they have still taught me a lesson. And that is a part of my healing process. That is a part of my spiritual growth, my spiritual awakening. All of that, all of that. It has been very helpful. It has been immensely beneficial to me, on my journey. And that is why I came here. One of the reasons why I came here. And I know that I have an assignment. And so I was here to lift up my voice trumpet as well. And I did that. And I just came more and more into who I am and my purpose. Why this light came back here this time, in this really crucial time, because we are truly in a cosmic shift here. The shift is literally happening before our eyes. And when I was a little girl, I never thought that I would be here at this time. I never thought that I would be. I would read about it. And so the fact that I came back at this very crucial time, this very chaotic time, but it's also a very special and sacred time, I'm immensely grateful. So I came here with a purpose. I came here to explore. I came here to experience. I came here to heal first myself. I came here to heal the land. I came here to heal the people. I want to see my people at their very best. And this is why I scold them. And I scold myself too. So, this is why I talk so strongly about the low vibrational behavior and mentality, because the earth is becoming extremely intolerable of that type of mentality. And so it is my duty to awaken my people so that they will not be left behind. And so I came here and I did that. So it's been mutually beneficial, because as of late, I have had sisters and brothers come up to me, reach out to me, and just express their gratitude and their love towards me. And it's just touched me. I was just in such a mood the other day. I just couldn't stop crying. Um, and then rainy season started, so that played on my mood too. But I was just so grateful. I was just immensely, immensely, immensely grateful. And the tears just started to just flow, and I just could not control them, and I could not stop them. And I needed that. I needed to express that. There are messages. Um, there are messages encoded in our tears, okay, and the universe is able to read those messages. So um your tears are also liquid crystal, just like your blood. So everything has a purpose, that is a part of you. And so, yeah, I had my time. I was feeling a bit melancholy. I was also feeling, just a bit sad about leaving my home. And this home has given us so much peace and so much joy, just being here and being in the area in which we reside, which is out of town. So it's away from everything. Um, and just the neighbors have been so wonderful. Just looking out. When I went to Ghana, they were looking out. They were letting me know and letting my house manager know about what was going on when she would go home. So, I mean, all of those things I'm just really appreciative for. Where I take my clothes to get dry cleaned. Yeah, because I don't have time to wash, to do the traditional washing. I've been there, done that when we first got here. Very time consuming. So I take my clothes to the dry cleaner, and the sister there literally was like almost in tears when I told her that we were going to be gone. And she just said, I'm just so happy that I've met you. You make me so happy every time you come here. And it just touched my heart. It really touched my heart for people to see my light, for them to see my light. It's so touching. So yeah, I just came on to just share with you guys, how me being back on this continent and in this land, and how much it has helped me, how much it has healed me. Um, and I'm just so grateful. So this is just really a moment of reflection and gratitude. And even, some of the people that I have had um, adverse experiences with, they have also reached out to me. So ironically, like, I'm still, whether it was a sorry, they gave, but just still expressing, their gratitude for meeting me, their gratitude for me teaching them lessons, for giving them knowledge that they weren't privy to. All of those things. Wow. Wow. It's just been a beautiful, beautiful experience. And someone was asking if I was going to ever come back to the continent. And of course, the continent is my home. Well, this continent, there are several. Alkebulan is my home. But so is this entire earth. It's my home. And so I always say that I am a cosmic citizen. So there are other places and lands in which my ancestors walked. And so I want to go there and experience those energies as well in those lands. So that's really, really important to me. Um, some of the takeaways that I have about my experience here. A lot of times there have been a lot of unnecessary misunderstandings because of the language barrier. And the longer that I have been here, and although I speak Kiswahili kidogo, I picked up what I needed to get by. But there is a culture that comes with the language, and it allows you to understand, overstand, and understand the perspective of the people. I hope I'm articulating this in a way that you all can comprehend. It's kind of like how you go anywhere. Maybe you're in Houston, Texas, or you're in DC, and we all have our own language and how we communicate with one another. So I may say something in a way in DC where they understand me. They understand how I meant it, where I'm coming from. And then I may say that exact same thing, maybe in the A in Atlanta, and they're like, well, what do you mean? That kind of thing. I hope I'm articulating this correctly. And so the language comes with a culture, and so me being here and observing has helped me to communicate a lot better than I did when I first got here. I was like offended sometimes. And then as I started to live here more and more and watch and observe the interactions and listen, I said, oh, so when they said that in the beginning, okay, that's how they meant it. I hope you understand. I hope you understand. So yeah. So just observe, really get to know the culture that comes along with the language. Okay, so that you can avoid, misunderstanding. So just watch and listen. Watch and listen. Watch how they interact with one another. So that's one thing. Be patient and be patient with yourself. You're not going to master Kiswahili in a month, unless you're a linguist, a prodigy, and some are. So if you are, that's great and that's wonderful. But if you're not, just be patient with yourself and don't beat yourself up about, not mastering the language. Just take it at a tolerable pace. Take it at a comfortable pace. As long as you're continuing to learn each day, then you're all right. You are okay. And you will be able to get by. Again, I've been here for almost 2 years. I have not mastered Kiswahili, but I know enough. And I understand a lot more than I can speak. So just take your time. Take your time. Everything has its process. Everything has its process. So don't beat yourself up, okay? Don't try to do too much in too short of a time. Allow yourself to live, because in the B system of the US, we don't get to live. We simply survive and exist. And you can actually start to experience how it feels to live. I have been able to do that. Again, just by being, just by spending days, just being in nature, just thinking and pondering, and learning more about myself and my relation to nature and the cosmos. And those are the things that I've been able to do. So I would say, introduce yourself to living. That's another thing that you will be able to experience here if you give yourself the opportunity to do so. Okay. The other thing is, be yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to change who you are just to fit in. People will be able to tell that you're being inauthentic. And it doesn't feel good to be that way, so be yourself. I was listening to a sister, and although she made some excellent points on why she chose not to move to Africa and why she chose to move to somewhere else outside of the US, she was saying something like, coming here, she knows that the bulk of us aren't willing to kind of live like the majority of the continental sisters and brothers live. And I said, well, there's nothing wrong with us living according to the standard in which we are accustomed to. We can still do that and still help our sisters and brothers. We can still do that. We don't have to come here and dumb ourselves down to be accepted. We don't have to do that. So it's okay to be yourself. I have a standard, and that standard is always going to be with me. So, you can live however it is you are wanting to live, whatever is making you comfortable. But just be yourself and be authentically you. Don't dumb yourself down just to appease other people or just to fit in. Okay. So that's what I have. Those are some of the takeaways that I have, about coming and being on the continent. Those are some of my greatest takeaways. Yeah, and just enjoy your experience. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It is yours to have. But yeah, I was just sitting here the other day and I was just like, wow, I'm a different person. I am totally different than I was when I first got here. I see that change in myself, and I am so excited. And my son, he was like, Mom, it's a good thing that Grammy, my mom, didn't come down, because he's like, wow, like all the stuff that we have been through, here, she would not have been able to, hang in there. She just would have been ready to get out of here, like yesterday. And I'm like, yeah, it is very true. Us living in Arusha, there were days, where we didn't have any water. And I would literally have to go and buy like 18 to 20 gallon water jugs just so that we could do the simple things that we needed to do. And although sometimes I would get really frustrated, when you come home and you're needing to go to the bathroom, or, you just want a nice shower, and you turn on the faucet and like there's no water, and then you have to go through your process of heating the water up, and because in Arusha it's baridi, okay, so you have to heat the water and then prepare your the basin, and I would bathe in a basin, the basin that they usually use to wash the clothes in. I would just stand in there and like bathe. And so many times, we've had to do that. But I'm grateful. I was so grateful. It humbled, it humbled me a lot. And it taught me a lot. And a lot about myself, a lot of things that I probably thought that I could not endure. I learned that I actually could, and that it was all right. Gardening. I learned how to garden here and to plant and grow my own food. And that was something that I'd never experienced. I never ever experienced that, like being able to plant my own food and grow my own food and step outside in my compound and pick my collard greens or pick my kale, pick my tomatoes, get my bananas off the tree. I mean, that is so like freeing, you guys. So if you've never been able to experience that, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it definitely will liberate you, knowing that you depend on no one, to feed you, that you don't have to go to a grocery store and pick out, your food, that you can simply go in your garden and pick your meal. So that's another thing that I have learned to do here. So it's just so many wonderful and beautiful takeaways, and so many things that have impacted me in such a positive way. So many things that have contributed to my maturity, just my maturation process. It's just been wonderful. It has really, really, truly been a wonderful experience. And I would just encourage anyone, to come and have your experience, because it although there are some hiccups in the road, and there are a lot of things that are extremely frustrating. Overall, there are a lot of things that positively, impact you. And one of the things, like I said, is just really allowing you to be with yourself and to be in nature, the peace. I mean, I could walk out right now, and there's probably like two or three people lying in the field under a tree having a good ass nap. Okay, so like seriously, so and I have partaken of that. That is something that I just could not do. You have to watch your back where I come from. So yeah. So let me see who's in the chat. TNT with Mike and Jazz. Hi. Welcome. Since we literally have telepathy, I just said your name 5 minutes ago. Oh, wow. The telepathy is coming back to us. That's the way we used to communicate. And it's definitely coming back to us. So we need to be aware of that, and we need to be in practice of that. So I love you guys, Mike and Jazz. I love the pair of you. So glad you made it back safely. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to spend some time with the pair of you. Yes, beautiful words and wisdom. You're absolutely welcome. Yeah, it's just it overall has been a wonderful experience. Hands with Golden Dove. Welcome. Peace back to you. And welcome, Tosto Amico. Welcome to Journey Through Alkebulan and Beyond. So there is just so many things going on with travel. It's like changing day by day, you guys. And so anyone who is traveling, please check even a day before you travel. Like that's how fast things are changing in this travel world, okay, in the travel game, okay. So yeah, we're excited. I'm excited to of course share the journey with you all. But yeah, I will absolutely be back on the continent. I can't say when, but I can say yes, because it is my home. This is my home. So I will absolutely, be back. And there's so much more for me to see. I mean, it's vast. It's even more vast than what they show us on, the map. So of course, I will be back on the continent at some point in time. But it's definitely time for me to really lay down some roots and get to building. And so I'm really excited about that, because I just I got the layout of my earth bag house, and this is one of my my dreams. Like it's so dear to me to have an earth bag home. And I just turned it in so that the blueprints could be made and drawn up. And I'm just so excited about that. Like every time I think about it. So I can't wait to get those back. So it's definitely time for me to start building my little homestead. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm so happy to be able to share that with you guys and bring you along. So let me see. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So I can't wait. I just want a peaceful life, a simple, peaceful life. I can say that I love beauty. And just in me being a Libra, like that's one of my characteristics. Like I've always loved beauty, whether it's in the arts or whatever, I just love beauty. So I've seen some of the earthbag houses, and to each his own. They're kind of like blah. Like I want mine to have some pizzazz. Like I want beautiful towels. All of that, colors all around. I just want it to be a natural oasis, like for myself and for others that come and visit. So I am just really excited to get those blueprints back so that I can start. And I'm going to be a part of that process. So I'm not just going to have someone build it, I'm going to be out there building it as well so that I can learn. And so Josiah will also be partaking and building as well. So I'm really, really excited about that process. Can't wait. So yeah, I mean, pretty much that's all I just wanted to share, how being here has truly helped us. It has truly helped me. It has truly helped my son. He was taken out of his comfort zone. And so I have to remember that this is just not my journey, it's also my son's journey. And so he has had some good takeaways, as well, but he's also really excited about what's to come, and he's ready to travel on. And I just feel so blessed to be able to, give my son a life that other children probably, may dream of, or, that other children may never get to have, him being able to travel. But I'm also grateful that I have a son that has a spirit like his. Like he's a very low maintenance type of young man. And I'm really grateful for that. And he's always been like that. And I know that it's not easy for a lot of, it may not be easy for all children, but I'm just really grateful that it's really been an easy transition for my son, and that he's come and he's seen his sisters and brothers here. He's been exposed to several other cultures. He's seen the gardening side and being able to grow our own food. He's seen, the ups and the downs, in the middles. He's seen it all, and he's also growing. He's also learning as well. So it has been a learning process for the both of us, and he will have lifelong takeaways from our experience here on the continent. So, yeah, but we'll be back, and we already know when we do return where we're going. So, of course, I'm going to keep that under wraps. But again, I don't know when we're going to return, but we definitely will be returning back to the continent. So, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to kind of guess? Except for those who might know, you're not included. Where we're going. Does anybody want to kind of guess where we're going next? And those who know, you better keep it under wraps. But if you want to guess, you're welcome to do that. Leave it in the comment section below. So other than that, I'm going to be out. If you have any questions, you can email me, journeythroughlalkebulan@gmail.com. Please like, share, and comment. Like, share, and comment. And you guys, I did my own hair. Like, it took me days to do these passion twists. I think I did a pretty good job. Like, it's been rough being in Dar, because in Arusha they braid. Like, they know how to braid, and it was men, like the kakas would braid my hair in Arusha, and they do a phenomenal job. And I have a video about that when we first got here. So coming to Dar, it's like I had to find a whole new team. And it's been really difficult. It's been difficult to get fair pricing. It was difficult, for they would do it and then it would slip out and be done right. So I was just like, you know what? You know how to do your hair. It's just time. So I just decided to do it myself. So, yeah. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sissy. So other than that, if you all don't have any other questions, I'm going to say until next time, be good and enjoy your journey. Enjoy your process. Walk and live your path. It is yours and yours only. And no one has a say in your life's journey and your life's path. No one but YOU. Love you all. Until next time, be good.